Hello, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning, and I am here with another recipe for you from the Healthy Griddle cooking series. And I am here, 2 ingredients today. That's pretty much what I'm going to be using: bananas and eggs. So I'm going to use 1 banana, 2 eggs, and I'm going to whip up something really quick and I'm going to cook it on the griddle. I'm going to show you what I'm going to make with it. And then maybe I'm going to try to tweak it and maybe add a couple more ingredients just to see what it tastes like. So let's get started. I want to give a couple shout outs to people. I, for some reason, wasn't getting comments, and so I'm hoping that maybe I will be able to see them. And I did a little tweaks to my setup here, and so I'm hoping I will see them. I want to give a shout out to Allison, Christine. She is my photographer that I work with during the summertime. She's amazing. I love her pictures that she takes for me. She said that she's been watching, and she actually got, I think, the griddle, the pizza oven part for Christmas, I think she said. So I'm excited for her with that. That is, she watches me cook all the time out here with mine, and she gets to sample a lot of my foods and stuff that I make from it. But I also want to shout out my cousin Mary has been watching, Lisa, which I kind of consider her my cousin, but you know, her mom and my mom grew up, or they were best friends when we were growing up, and so we were together like we were cousins all the time. So she also commented on some of my stuff I was looking back through. And Dan has been a faithful follower. He's been commenting on different stuff and giving me tips. And that's another thing that I like, is when you guys give me tips. Allison gave me a tip on the cauliflower crust pizza that I made. If you didn't see that, you need to go watch that. I made the cauliflower crust pizza on here, and I sampled it and my husband sampled it, and both of us really liked it. I think I will make that one again, doing different, you know, maybe on the outside griddle with my stone, but it turned out perfect on here. It was nice brown, crispy on the bottom, and you know, I was able to torch the top of it a little bit, and you know, it turned out really good. It was really tasty. I was kind of leery about the cauliflower crust, you know, it's just something, but it really was tasty. So if you've never tried it, I suggest you go and try it, and you never know, you might like it. It might be your new favorite. And it's something that I think I'll probably have maybe like an extra crust on hand for us. And sometimes I'm just looking for, I don't want to cook, but it's like I can make something like that in a matter of 10-15 minutes and have a meal for us, and we can eat and we can be satisfied, and it's pretty healthy. So, you know, stuff like that is good to have around those ingredients. I am going to be cooking on my indoor electric Blackstone Griddle. This you can use indoor, outdoor. I use it indoor in the wintertime because it's too cold outside. It's not too bad today. It was in the 40s. And we still got snow. I don't know if you could still see the snow. We still got a little bit out there, but it's melting and it's supposed to keep on getting a little bit warmer the next couple of days. So I don't think we're going to have it for too long, but enjoy it while we have it. So you can do this recipe on your gas griddle, the outside. I have the 36-inch Blackstone. I have the 22-inch Blackstone that I have outside that I use all summer long, spring, summer, fall. I'll use that one out there. But when it's wintertime, I'm cold. I don't like to go outside. I like to stay indoors. So that's why I got my electric griddle that I cook inside. It's pretty much the same. You can cook anything that I'm cooking here out on that griddle. The only thing that's different is this has a porcelain top, and you want to use plastic utensils, where the outside one you can use the plastic, you can use the metal, you can use any kind of utensils that you want out there. That top is seasoned so that you can use that, where this has got the porcelain and it's a non-stick surface. So you want to make sure you protect that top. I have my temperature set at 350. The good thing about this is you set the temperature and it stays there, and you don't have to fuss with it or anything. If you're using the gas griddle, you're gonna want to do, I would say, medium heat, medium, low heat. But this basically is, yeah. So I guess let's get started. I'm just going to do the banana. I'm going to mash the banana. If you have any comments, put them in, whether you're watching from Facebook or you are watching from the YouTube channel. If you're watching from Facebook, just put your name in with the comments so that I can see who, when it comes up here. At least that's what it was doing in the past. I'm not sure if it's going to be different now. I don't know what was going on with the comments. That was kind of baffling me, because yeah. So I'm just taking, and it's a ripe, as you can see, it's a ripe banana. I'm doing, you know, the riper it is with a recipe like this, the more banana flavor and smell you'll get. I can really smell. And so I'm just taking, and my fork, I'm just going to smash it up, the banana. Like that. Pretty simple. You want to smash it up so that, you know, it's good. You don't want like big chunks in it or anything. You don't want the chunks when you're mixing it. Okay, so then I'm going to take 2 eggs in this bowl, and I'm pretty much going to scramble them like you would for scrambled eggs. So take the eggs, and I'm using 1 farm fresh, 1 store-bought. So with this, you can use any type of egg that you want, and it doesn't matter. You know, some people I know you would like to use farm fresh eggs if I have them, but if you don't, it's not, you know, a big deal. So I'm just using my whip here, or you can use your fork. Either will work. I'm just gonna mix it up here really good. And then I am going to make sure that I don't have any shells, because for some reason I seen a dark spot floating around, and I'm thinking, yeah, I hate it. I hate it when I bite into a shell, and there's just like, that is like a hairline shell that I seen floating around. It was dark. You can't even really see it, and I can't believe that I actually seen it with as bad as my eyes are. But okay, so then I'm going to add the eggs to the bananas here. The 1 banana. So 2 eggs, 1 banana. And I am going to mix that up like that. Really good. And I am going to start out with just doing the 2 ingredients, but then I'm going to experiment and add maybe some cinnamon to it. I might even add some cocoa powder to it, just to see, that's what I like to do sometimes, is just experiment, just have fun and play around with the recipe and see how it works, see what doesn't work. With this one, I have it preheated to 350. So I have my eggs pretty much whipped up with the banana in here. I'm gonna go like that. So then I am going to Grease the griddle. So with this, I think you could probably get away with not even greasing it because it's a non-stick surface. You can also use butter, where if you want butter on here, I'm just going to use some of the spray. And this too is another controversy thing. Like, people always ask in the groups, can you use this on the griddle out there? Yes, you can. Basically, I use this, like if I were sauteing something up on the stove and I use this, then I would use that on the griddle. If I use butter in the pan on the stove with whatever I'm cooking, then I use butter out there. If I use oil or olive oil in the pan, then I use the olive oil or the oil out there. So it's kind of the same rule of thumb. You just have to think like, okay, if I were making this inside on the stove, what would I use? And this is perfectly fine to use out there. I've done it with all kinds of stuff, and you know, I really like it. Okay, so we're gonna do 4. I'm gonna do, remember, the griddle is hottest in the middle, not so hot on the outside. So I'm gonna keep these towards the middle. With this, it's kind of runny. It's not, you know, so I'm just going to do small ones. I'm going to try to get small. And I'm using this scooper to just kind of try to get even. I'm going to pour it on there and just kind of, and I heard the sizzle, a little bit of a sizzle, not too bad. I thought I would have heard a little bit more of a sizzle, but it wasn't. Yeah, that was a little bit better. There. So I don't know if you guys have guessed what I'm making. I am pretty much making banana and banana and egg pancakes is what I'm making. Simple ingredients, simple recipe. Cooking doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be spending all day doing. You know, this is a recipe, say you have bananas, which I always seem to have because I buy bananas for us all the time. I always have the ripe bananas that I won't eat if I'm just eating. These bananas are ones that they're past the ripeness for us. And so something like this would be super easy to make, to whip up and to have for breakfast. You can make it for breakfast, but you can also make it for dinner. Yeah, for us, we had breakfast for dinner tonight. So, and I sometimes like that. It's like gives you a different, I don't necessarily eat breakfast at breakfast time too much unless it's on the weekend. So I like it during, you know, the weeknight for a weeknight meal. Okay, so I am pushing this and it's actually pushing away. It's not sticking at all, which is good. So I'm gonna try to get, and maybe I'm gonna try to get some more grease on my spatula. I'm gonna flip it. Ooh, look at how golden brown that looks. I'm gonna get a close up here. Look at the color there. And it is kind of wanting to stick on the top there, but it's doing pretty good. So as far as flipping it, it's actually sticking so then I can flip it. I have that banana smell. I can smell the bananas, and it is pretty cool. Full transparency, never made this recipe before. I've done pancakes. I've done all kinds of pancakes all the time, but I've never just taken just these 2 ingredients and cooked them up on the griddle before, just to see what they were in. It's pretty cool. I mean, they look just like a pancake. They're not real fluffy, but they are got a little bit of fluff to them. So I'm actually going to add a splash of cinnamon to it just to see the difference in the tasting of it. So then this would be considered 3 ingredients because you're adding the cinnamon. And it's already kind of changed a little bit in color. It's a little bit browner from the cinnamon. All right, so that's what it looks like. Kind of come up close here. Golden brown on that side, golden brown. Same thing on that. I can pretty much tell. I'm gonna stack them. Woo. Kind of stack them there. Just make sure that they're done. Yeah, they're golden brown. And they are hot. This griddle is very hot. So you just have to be careful not to burn yourself. I have, since I've been doing this, look at the stack. Look at my little stack of pancakes there. Look how cool that is. My banana egg pancakes. Just gonna put that right there. Okay, so still have my griddle at 350. It's preheated. The front on here is telling me it's still at 350. So I'm going to do the cinnamon ones. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm maybe going to try some butter. Let's try to, with butter, you're probably going to get more of a brown butter because the butter with the hot griddle is going to eventually turn into brown butter. So I'm not using a lot, maybe not quite a tablespoon. And the griddle is hot, so I'm just gonna go with it. Just do like I did before, put it on there. Like that. I got the cinnamon specks in there where I didn't have before. Just like that. Okay. So we're going to let that cook. I have just a little bit of batter left here, so I'm going to try some with just the cocoa in it. Just a little bit of cocoa. I like to experiment. I know it does have the cinnamon in it, but I'm okay with the cinnamon and the cocoa being together. There's not much there, so I'm not going to. And this is just unsweetened cocoa. This is not hot chocolate. I had my cousins think that cocoa and hot chocolate were the same. They're 2 different things. This is baking. This would be considered baking cocoa. And so I'm just going to stir this up. And this is going to be more like a chocolate pancake, I think. I'm probably only going to get about two of these. So I think this is probably, let's check. Not quite golden brown. I'm going to let that go just a little bit. And the butter may have a little bit to do with it. It kind of looks like it's done, but I want it to be kind of golden brownish looking. So I'm just going to give it a break here. Get these out of the way. Get the banana out of the way there. Oh. And let's see, for some reason this side seemed to be doing better. I think I'm just gonna flip it. So it is wanting to stick to the spatula that I have here, which is okay, because it kind of makes for easier flipping if you're used to it. If you're not expecting it, I think it would be different, but it actually kind of helped. And I can smell the cinnamon. The cinnamon aroma is coming through. Maybe not so much the banana anymore, but I do smell a little banana, and a little cinnamon in this. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook. I don't know if anybody's doing any comments, and I'm not seeing any comments come through. So I apologize if anybody is commenting on anything. It's for some reason not coming through on my screen here, and I'm gonna have to see why. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So if you are watching, I don't know if somebody can just put a comment in there to see if it comes through. I'd really appreciate it. Looks like I have a few viewers on, and I just want to see if a comment is going to come through for me or not. But this was the butter. So I think the butter didn't get as much brown as this did, but I think it's going to add just a little bit more flavor to it. So it just all depends on what you want. You know, I usually, when I'm cooking pancakes, I just use a cooking spray. And, ooh, now that's like really golden brown now. Okay. So we're just going to flip it over like that. Same with that. I'm just going to stack them, and it's wanting to stick. Yeah, those are golden brown there. Oh. I don't know. Ouch. Yeah, that's golden brown. So a little bit difference in the color, how it cooked up versus, I can show you on the plate here. So the difference we have here, this was just the cooking spray and this was the butter. So a little bit difference in how it looks cooking, you know, not sure on the taste. I haven't tried one yet. So I'm going to keep on going. I have the cocoa here, which this is what it looks like it looks just like a chocolatey batter. I'm probably only going to get 2. And honestly, this has got enough grease on it. And I may actually wipe a little bit of the butter off. And just be careful, like if you do this, that you don't burn yourself from the butter, because it will get hot. I did get a call. Allison, hello. How are you? Yay, I did get a comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Nicole, my friend, my ClickFunnels friend, thank you. I appreciate you guys commenting. This is awesome. I'm going to do the last of the cocoa pancakes. So I'm probably only going to get 2, I'm thinking. Basically the same as I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm only going to get, and that one's not, I'm going to try to scrape as much as I can out of here. Just like that. Put this in the sink. And let's see. Yeah, Allison says, looking forward to how they turn out. Yeah, well, I've got to try them. I'm definitely going to try it. I want to take a picture, though, beforehand. So that is one thing I'm going to do before I actually try. And I'm going to go grab the camera because I forgot to grab my camera. And so get that there. Get it ready. In this, the one thing though that's different, like a normal pancake, you would see like the bubbles coming up through it when it's kind of done. This doesn't have that. The only thing that's different. But another thing I did see people suggest when, as far as for making these, you can add flour, just a little bit of flour, which would give you more of a pancake consistency. And you can add, you know, probably like baking soda, baking powder. I don't, you know, I've never done it before, so I'm not quite sure of how that would work. What else could you add? Oh, I know somebody had said something about doing like a little bit of maybe like maple syrup in the batter to give it just a little bit of sweetness to it, which I think could be really good. I don't know. I'm not sure what else I would put into it. But there's so many things that you can do. So flip it over. It is, I can see it's golden brown, even though it's chocolate and the consistency is chocolate, I can still see that it's got some golden brown color on it. And with this too, you want to make sure not to overcook it, because if you overcook it, then, you know, like a pancake, it's going to be or like overcooked eggs. It's just not going to taste good. And what else was I going to say? You know, oh, another thing I was going to say is just I'm trying to prove to you guys too that I've never made this before. And you can just like think of something, like say, hey, go look in your refrigerator and you pull out a couple things. What can I make with this on the griddle? Or what can I make with this tonight? And just use the stuff that you have in your house. Go through your cupboards and see what things that you have and just make something with it. You don't even have to follow a recipe. When I first started out cooking, I would look at a recipe and I would think that it called for like fresh garlic and I didn't have any. So I wouldn't make the recipe. In my head, I'm like, I can't make the recipe because I don't have fresh garlic. But in true honesty, you can. It's just going to taste a little bit different, but you can use granulated garlic, which I always had in the cupboard. I always had like flavored granulated salt kind of a thing you can use. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these off just like that. I'm going to shut my griddle off because I'm all done. So you want to hear that sound, and then that's off, but this is still hot. So just be careful with that. And so just like use, you know, try recipes. Don't be afraid. And if it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. It's no big deal. Grab some eggs, scramble it for dinner and call it good. You know, it's not, you know, just try. It's my thing. And I wish somebody would have told me that when I first started cooking, is like, just try things, just make stuff, just expand, just go. And my girls actually have helped me better with that, like cooking different recipes, getting out of my comfort zone, because it's like I have my menu, that's what I'm making, and sometimes I don't like to try different stuff, but I'm trying to break out of that and just cook. Just make something and, you know, see how it turns out. See if you like it. It may be your new favorite recipe. There's some things that I've made and it's like the cauliflower crust pizza. I would have never thought I would like that at all, but I probably will actually make that again because I just tried it. I just made it and, you know, threw a few things together from the refrigerator and boom. Okay, so back to this here. I am going to just take a quick picture here. So let's see here. Definitely a difference. Let me show you as far as what it looks like. So this was the first original, which is the bananas and the eggs. This was with the cinnamon, so a little bit darker in color. And then this was obviously with the cocoa. But as far as consistency, they're all pretty much the same. They're not, you know, there's not much of a difference. And it's like a thin pancake. You know, so it is, And I'm actually going to, Allison, I'm going to get creative here. So this might be a recipe that we might end up doing someday. And I am going to go like that, and I'm going to layer and go like that. And just layer it. I'm going to get kind of go like that. So I'm just going to stack them up. Just go like that. And I'm actually going to use this plate. So I have created a stack. You know, if you could see the different layers there, the all the different ones. What did I end up with? 8, 9, 10. I ended up with 10 of them. So 1 banana, 2 eggs will get you, you know, about 10 small ones. So there is my creation. Are you guys gonna try this? I know Nicole said she wants to try it. I'm hoping that you guys do. Let's see here, take a quick picture like that. I don't know if I can get, yeah, I'm not getting a really good picture here. Yeah, I'm not seeing the layers though. Not too bad. So what do you guys think? Any questions? Does anybody have any questions for me? I am going to try it. Like I had said, I'm not a maple syrup lover. I wished I was. I do have maple syrup, but that is something that I have tried over and over again and just don't like the taste of it. So I'm going to go like that. Get my, ooh, that looks cool. I break this bottom one here. Look at the layers. Look at that. Really, really cool. Get this kind of lined up here. It kind of got out of sync. Go like that. And then I'm going to add a drizzle of syrup across here. Like that. Maybe try to take a quick picture. And there we go. There we go. Got to try it. I'm excited to try it. Oh. Definitely tastes a banana. It's different. You would think that it would taste like a pancake, but it doesn't. I got the egg texture I'm kind of getting from it, but the banana flavor. So it's kind of, I want to try this chocolate one here just to see the difference. Because I'm a chocolate lover. I'm going to use my fingers. Sorry, people, but I want to use my fingers here. Not really a strong chocolate flavor. I'm not getting a really strong, I think maybe I would just do regular. I don't know if I would do the cocoa to it. Oh, there you go. This would be a really fun thing to do with kids. I know, Nicole, you have your daughter. This would be a really good thing to do with your kids. let them help you mash and scramble the eggs and cook it up. And you know, I like to do activities that I can do with the kids when they were younger, and then I have my great nephews that now that I do stuff with. So this would be a really good recipe to do with them. So thank you, Allison. Yes, trying something new. That is getting out of the wheelhouse. We got to do that sometime. So I am going to say goodbye. And peanut butter would be good. I think we might have to try peanut. Are you thinking just spread over the top, or are you thinking in the batter? I don't. Peanut butter might be good instead of syrup, maybe on top of it. Even do like a peanut butter sandwich with it. I might have to try that. Nutella might be good. Yeah, maybe both. So this is something you can create. Get out of your comfort zone and make something fun. So I want to tell you about my cookbook. I do have pancakes in there, but not this one. So I have the cinnamon swirl pancakes. My recipe for the Blackstone Griddle, I have all kinds of recipes or all kinds of griddle recipes in there. You can go to mygriddlesecrets.com and you can go to my website FromMichiganToTheTable.com. I have all kinds of griddle recipes on there for you to try. And you can go to my YouTube. I have all kinds of videos. You can watch me cook. I have the Healthy Griddle Cooking Series. I have all kinds of other recipe videos on there that you can look at. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and we will see you tomorrow for another one. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I kind of have an idea of maybe what I might make, but we will see about tomorrow. So have a good night, and we will talk to you later. Bye.